Mic on. Sound on. Really hope so. Properties. Should be good. Better be good. Sure hope it's good. Bring that down here. There we go. We want that down here. Okay. There we go. Tokens. You can kind of work on your stuff if you need to target anything. All right. So we haven't played in like 2 months, so I stayed up extra late so I could actually go over all my notes.
Yeah, because I have no memory of like I know we're in Mekatar
Mm-hmm.
and we're meeting the guy who's supposed to give us a job or something, but beyond that.
So the last, at least the last session, I
Did
think
that
the last.
happen before or after we got the apartment?
That's what I was getting to. I think the last 2 sessions. It's 2 sessions ago. You met the Ghost King Geb, and he was talking to Kortash Khain, essentially the priest king of like the Ghoul Kingdom. That's like the underground, or like the under the below ground underneath of Geb is an entire kingdom of mostly ghouls, and that's terrifying in and of itself. But it's ruled by Kortash Khain, and you met him. And Geb said, "Congratulations, you're bloodlords. Your first job, you're gonna be his honor guard while he's in town." And everyone's pissed off about it, especially Kortash Khain, who in my notes I have just labeled as KK.
Like he's a big old jerk, right?
He's not necessarily a jerk. He's just like, you just promoted these guys, and now they're my honor guard. The fuck.
Yeah.
What is time when you have eternity? We might as well have been on the go.
I mean, also, like, you guys walked into the room, or into a room with quite possibly two of the most powerful people in a very wide area. Like, you'd have to go several nations over to find somebody comparable to them in, like, magical power. They're both heavy hitters. Don't fight them. You will die.
Yeah. Yeah, there's Nex, but he never really leaves his tower, so I'm not sure he counts.
No.
Well, and we're at war with them, right? So
yeah. So you wouldn't.
Kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of a Cold War thing. It's weird. You did get an apartment, or like a new condo essentially in town. Dizon, kind of like the primary like executive assistant for Gab and the entire Cinerarium, led you guys to the Mortician's suite and said, "This is yours. Have fun. Nobody's lived here in about a year. Good luck. Bye." Oh, by the way, the last guy died. Probably left a bunch of traps. And he absolutely did. So he spent like a session and a half clearing traps and an animated golem, or an animated fossil T-Rex dinosaur. And we dealt with that.
It's now our pet.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna say we haven't named it yet, so have we dealt
it's
with
kind
that
of a statue
really?
thing, so it's a little weird.
Look, if they can play fetch with the T-Rex in Night at the Museum, we can play fetch with it as well.
True.
We just need to name it.
Because you guys did unlock
Roger
the entire
wants that
portals.
honor. He can have it.
So you have essentially, you don't have to go all the way back to Grey Dirge. You have a house and a base of operations here. You did find a bunch of stuff, like, you found a bunch of things kind of alluding that the previous tenant, like, he was executed as a traitor, and then posthumously his name was cleared, but it was after they executed it. And then you found a bunch of information and like stuff that kind of alludes, like, he might not have been that innocent after all. Just for different charges. It would have been for different charges, but yeah.
Yeah, we just didn't get proof because the horse blew up.
Yeah, like he was looking for he was researching something called like infectious life. Things like that. Oh, I must have reloaded.
I mean, it sounds pretty chill to me.
Well, in a nation of undead, infectious life sounds
not cool.
Problematic.
Yeah.
See, to me, that sounds like a food source.
True.
It hits Roger.
And Crowley.
It hits Roger. He's like, I have skin again. Yay!
Yeah.
Oh God, this hurts.
Why is it itchy? Why is it itchy?
Oh God, it grew over the other skin.
I'd forgotten about the horse that blew up.
Yep. The horse had some type of like scroll case inside of it that it's like, okay, what's that? You couldn't extract it before the horse exploded. Dealt with that. Everybody lived or unlived. No one permanently died.
Again.
Well, that's good.
I count that as a win. No one being permanently dead again.
And then you took like a day or so to kind of clean up, or like you took the rest of that day to kind of clean up the house. While you were doing a cleanup, people from upstairs came to, or like the neighbors upstairs came to visit, but it wasn't actually like the neighbors. It was kind of it was like his help, essentially.
To see if we were good enough for them to visit? Was that the point of that?
Couldn't quite.
I think it was I think it was more to spy on what's in the house because they were very like, we want to go inside,
Why
and
don't you
Roger's
let us
like,
in? Yeah, it's like, no, go away.
Yeah, Roger's like, nah, you're good. And then they tried to flirt their way in with Roger, the skeleton. If I've got that appendage, it ain't functioning.
They just wanted a trip to the bone zone.
Yeah. Like I said, if I've got that appendage, it ain't functioning. And it is. Biologically. I should roll on the table of gaze to see what Roger would be. Disappointed, Robert.
We'll throw some candles out here.
Just imagine the last time Crowley's been, to the underground with the ghouls was not a very pleasant, like someone leaving a job and talking about like, how they're gonna make it big. And it's beneath them. Yeah, so guarding Kortash is possibly the most awkward situation he's ever been in.
Yeah, Crowley's just sort of in the back.
It's like when we were getting there, it's like, oh cool, noble interaction. Okay, this is his thing. You mentioned who it is, and he's like,
oh.
I don't know. We'll put a couple.
He was ready to deal with the Vastalarama. Dude. This was just like, I hope he doesn't remember me. Hope he never heard about me.
A notable thing, like for this condo you guys have, it's up on like the 4th or 5th floor, and there's like an outdoor walkway to get to the doors, but there's no railing whatsoever. So if you go off that outside edge, it's an 80-foot drop to the ground.
Oh, that.
out
So how
here.
many people have pitched off this pyramid
Oh, that.
by
Probably,
quote unquote accident?
yeah.
I do
More
find
than
it
one,
funny.
less than all of them.
I do find it funny that
If
at our
I had a
level, it
nickel.
would just hurt.
Oh, that's right. You have like catfall or whatever.
Oh, well, it's just that we have. It's like what you
It's
take damage equal to half the feet you fell.
Something like that.
I think.
Yeah.
Half the
So,
the distance fallen. There is like a cap on that though. Like after a certain point, it's just a terminal fall.
Okay. I was about to be like, I have 198 HP, so if I fall, take 40 damage. Crowley could just casually jump off the edge and just land on his feet and just go. Okay, I'm good. I'm good.
Good. Good.
Land on his feet and shatter every bone in his legs.
Mm-hmm.
Embed his kneecaps in his rib cage. And then walk it off.
80 feet is eh.
Also, if
find
you
a
fall
new
in the
one,
water,
though.
it's reduced. Yeah. There's a lot of
So
things.
in a rage, I could just run down the wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it did seem like it was mostly the help that came down to greet you, not the actual Bloodlord that was upstairs.
Yeah, if the Blood Lord wants to talk to us, then they can come here themselves.
Reasonable.
I mean, we are Blood Lords now, after all.
Oh yeah,
Junior
absolutely.
Blood Lords, but still.
Not even junior, we're just newly minted.
Yes, that's true. And Feldar has no idea why she's been made a Blood Lord. She's like, I just joined these.
I just got here. Help!
Oh,
Very Robin doesn't
okay.
either, and he's been here
Cool.
since the start.
It's like, well, you wrote an encyclopedia and killed a bunch of things, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I got a bag full of doodads. That'll help.
Mary Poppins' bag of murder.
Nice. Let's make these all a little bit bigger. There we go. Get a little bit more light going on in this building. There we go. So you've got to. What are you guys gonna do? Like, the house is cleared up. I imagine you probably spend like. Let's see. What did I put on the calendar? Processional day was the 16th of Erastus. We did that. For the rest of this week, you got a +1 diplomacy check and a +1 intimidation check. Today's the 17th. You guys got all settled in. There's a trio of neighbors that came down to visit, but they turned out to just be subservient to the Bloodlord living upstairs. Hyrule Laxena. That's who it was.
You know, maybe should we go visit Hiram? See what the deal is? See if he knows what his servants are doing?
Good.
I mean, I've already forgotten his name. The King of the Ghouls, is he doing anything? Because presumably if he's out and about, we're supposed to be hanging out with him.
I got options. Like I said, it's like Kortash basically said, like, hey, yeah, take a couple days. I know you just got promoted.
Oh,
You've got a house. Get settled in, then come see me.
Okay.
Or take like
Well,
a day or two.
let's go
whatever,
see the
leave.
guy upstairs. See what his deal is.
Going straight in to talk to him, or you want to look around first, or
Well, is there anything to see? I guess my impression was that it was just sort of a blank pyramid on the outside, but
well, I mean, like you could go and like gather information before you just go knock on the neighbor's door.
oh, yeah,
Like-
I suppose we could do that.
a second. My headphones are acting up. I
Who,
gotta reconnect them. Switch, one sec. There we go.
So Hiram Luxena is the guy upstairs?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, and
I remembered the
one sec.
bestiary. I'm quite proud of myself.
Hey.
And Kortash. Okay.
Did I ever
Who
show you
was
guys his...
there was a more Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I don't think I ever showed you Hiron's artwork yet. I'll wait till you meet him.
Yeah, you did. You just showed his helmet.
Like, where would we find out information about the other bloodlords or who's in town or that kind of thing?
I mean, mostly there's actually just a gather information check. It's an applied diplomacy.
Oh. Okay.
It's a thing
And
you can
I
do.
would like to do that.
I would assist, but I think I'd be more of a.
I would ask
Aid?
Rodolph to help. Like, I would imagine he would be interested.
Who else good at it?
Diplomacy, I got a plus 19.
Sure, why not?
Savath is actually really good at diplomacy. He's got a 21.
Jesus Christ.
What the hell, dude?
Oh yeah, I could add theme music to give a boost.
Feldar 22, Savath 21, Crowley 19, Rodolph 18, Roger 1.
I'm helping.
Okay, when we go upstairs, we're definitely having the theme music.
What is the theme song that we have? What is our theme song?
I don't know. Crowley gets to generate theme music, so.
So
Yeah,
What would our
orchestral
song
music.
be?
Yeah, like at the GM's discretion, it provides bonus to deception, diplomacy, or intimidation checks as the music changes to support you in social situations. Though some creatures are unaffected by such obvious attempts to use magic to elicit emotions. My go-to has been Winter of the Four Seasons.
See, that's super classy. I was thinking something metal, maybe.
I was thinking metal as well. So we just walk up the stairs to Dragula.
Yeah.
Or just the only thing they fear is you from Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Or the the wah, 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 wah. I wouldn't call it a song. Chant? Whatever, that thing.
Who's rolling diplomacy?
Not it.
I will.
Okay. Is anyone aiding?
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me diplomacy to aid.
I can aid.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Savath, go ahead and give me a diplomacy for aid.
I'm trying. I'm
Okay.
having problems remembering how to do everything with this now.
Nice.
Jesus Christ.
Efficiency.
Aid. Okay.
Did that work for aid, or
Target to
did I just do a regular one?
Yeah.
Okay, so Feldar. Macro?
So does that give me a +4?
One sec. Well, I haven't told you the DC.
Ah,
I'm gonna do it like this. Hey, you did it! Cool.
wait, how did it know?
Because I can set the DC. So it was a regular success. The dogs are fucking yelling.
Would my 31 have been a critical success or still just a regular?
Regular. It's
Okay.
level-based DC is what we're using on. For the aid, the topic here is a very easy topic for what you guys are looking into. So it's super low DC.
Okay.
You had a 30, and a very easy DC is 25. 31, sorry.
Oh. Oh, hey, so I got a crit.
But only one of
Yay.
you needed attack. But
Oh.
that does mean Feldar. You get, let's see. Expert.
I should be master because I think diplomacy is one of the ones
But aid,
that I had picked.
aid applies to who is doing the aid, or it determines
Right.
who's the aid. So, Crowley had critical success. That is +2.
Okay.
Aid +2. There we go. That's paying in the
Okay.
butt.
There we go.
32. Regular success for gather information.
Well,
DC
considering I only rolled an 8, that's still pretty good.
True. The DC for the gather information was a DC 30.
Okay.
So let's see here. You said you're looking into Hyrule?
Yeah. Like, yo, what's his deal?
Oh, this is fun. Okay. There's a research tag for Hyrule.
Oh.
Yeah. So research is like one of those kind of like ongoing subsystems. Like you can go in, like gather information just from like the city, rumors, scuttlebutt around like the city streets and taverns, examine public records, interview various Ergothoans. You can do a stakeout to like actually do a stakeout. And then at certain tiers, you'll learn things.
Oh.
Yeah. That's kind
So, like, if on another day we gather more information, it's all sort of additive? Cool.
Each of these in-depth research checks takes 4 hours of downtime. But 32.
We're sitting eating breakfast, flipping through, who's who, Mekatar.
That's a terror guard. That's not the right page. Where's his sheet? There it is. So, first couple things you'll find out about. You'll find out Hyrule Loxena is this old vampire. He's been a vampire for over a century before he finally caught Geb's attention by exposing a sect of Nexian spies that gave him enough clout to get promoted into the status of Bloodlord. Obviously, you already know where he lives. He lives at basically the top suite on the Alcazar that you guys live in.
And presumably that makes him super fancy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Male, half elf, vampire, witch.
Hmm. So he and Rodolph will have something in common. Okay.
Mechanically, he's undead, unholy vampire. He's a unique creature, medium sized, level 15.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Is he like, can we find out if he's aligned with any of the are they factions, unions?
Oh,
You know, like
the great houses and
harder
stuff.
yeah.
So far, you haven't quite hit the first milestone yet. So
Okay.
you're really finding out like essentially like, the basic information. Uh, he's a witch. He's like a vampire that's well over a century old.
Okay.
How he got started, stuff like that. This will be one of those like. There's gonna be a lot of downtime in this book. Like each chapter is gonna be a week or more apart, so you'll have a chance to do stuff.
Ah, okay.
Or you can spend multiple hours or multiple times doing this. There's a bunch of other things you can do for research too. That's just like basically asking around town.
So what other folks want to do? Do we want to like I know Crowley is not so interested in shadowing our buddy, but you know,
Oh, I guess I could show
we
you
should probably
this
check in with
thing
Kortash at least.
here.
Yeah.
That's Hyrule.
Ooh.
He certainly has a look.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
It's Will from Baldur's Gate.
That was my first thought, but by way of evil.
Yeah.
Will hits level 20 and embraces the warlock.
Is that a companion? Oh, I guess it's his familiar because he's a witch.
Mm-hmm.
A worm bat scarf.
Yeah, I
like
couldn't tell whether the scarf is separate from the bat, but I guess you're right. I guess it is a worm bat scarf.
Yeah, because you know how worms have that like thick band, like that thick rubber band kind of bit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Look
Yeah.
on like the left side next to like the body that curves up. It has
Oh,
like
yeah.
that line.
Huh. Interesting.
Can I preemptively call dibs on his trident?
Well, except that it's probably a
Hypothetically.
staff. Sure.
It's got 3 pointy bits. That's a trident.
I'm gonna
It
have to
looks sharp.
close that window.
Dude's cape has a popped collar.
What the point? Can you imagine getting him to scratch your back with those nails? Like that itch is not existent anymore. Just that's gone.
When he was in high school, he worked at Hot Topic.
Definitely.
Or Spencer's.
Yeah.
Crowley's attempt to be, casually catty with most people would just be like, no, this guy actually has style.
Yeah.
But he's actually up there. Never mind.
This guy has style by way of bracers and dress shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That coat,
It's
though.
a collection of bow ties.
Also,
This is
dude
big
got
bad
3
demonstration.
belts with only 2 buckles.
Didn't even notice that.
Fucking AI.
I was just thinking that.
No, it's because they're not buckles; they're rings.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, that makes it so much more functional.
The bottom 2 come in and they stitched around it. Also, not AI. Paizo doesn't use AI.
Paizo is like against AI, right?
Super against it, yeah. They're also.
I was just making a joke.
Think they're one of the only
Yeah.
unionized shops in like the industry.
Wow.
Like they're unionized and everything. Yeah. They've used this. I just found out this the other day, but their cover art is all done by the same guy, like all of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
If it's because there's like a lot of different art styles in Pathfinder, but like the covers all are definitely like
Yeah.
kind of fit together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's kind of what you'll learn from asking around town. Getting the scuttlebutt. You'll get a little bit. I mean, you could, if you want to spend another 4 hours, we could carry it on, and you can find out more. It's up to you.
I'm personally not fussed.
I'm cool either way.
I'm cool with going to do our guard duty, so I imagine there's going
Yeah,
to
let's
be.
go see what Kortash is up to.
Okay. So going to asking around, it's like okay, so it's like something you never. He never told you where he was staying.
Hmm.
So you'd have to ask around a little
mystery.
bit. It wouldn't be super hard. It'd be one of those like you get kind of check back into the you go back into like the cinerarium. It's like, hey, by the way, where?
Canoe didn't tell us.
Yeah, we're supposed to guard. We're supposed to be his honor guard, but he didn't tell us where. Help. And Dizon would probably be. It's like just slightly annoyed. Of fine. And she would let you know that Kortash Khain is staying at the Coffin Stone Manor. It's this trapezoidal stone mansion. It's owned by the Builders League, and they basically like gave it
All
to him.
these
It's like
fucking weird shaped buildings.
they let him stay there.
First a pyramid, then a trapezoid.
Mm-hmm.
Can't just have cubic buildings.
Well,
too
they
easy.
like their, their monumental structures because
Yeah.
isn't Geb from Osirian? Like he's very.
Yeah, something like that. Like the nation of Gab and a lot of the architecture, especially in Mektar, is heavily influenced by like Egyptian
Yeah.
Egyptian theming, but like Egyptian city of the dead theming.
Trying not to make Necron references this whole damn time.
Yeah.
If he's staying with the Builders League, is there any scuttlebutt that that Rodolph can find out?
Specifically about Kortash, or
Yeah.
like, just where he's staying, or
Well, about Kortash, like something that might be of use to us if we're supposed to be like watching out for him.
Like, do we know who his
Well-
enemies are? Things like that.
basically everyone in the city.
Yeah, I guess
He's
I
the
can't
priest
really
king of a foreign nation.
Yeah, I guess we're not so much watching out for him as we are watching him.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, here we go. So something else too. So I mentioned that Hyrule is like an ongoing research topic that you can do throughout this book. Last book we had a couple of influence sections. Kortash is going to take essentially the quest giver role that Seldeg was last book.
Ah, okay.
He also has like an ongoing influence system. So every day you can go and visit him and try to increase your influence and like unlock extra milestones and get new spells and stuff like that. There's a number of. Oh, let me see. Let me pull it up. Open Bestiary. He is unaffiliated because he is not part of the Bloodlords. Influence. What do we got? Discovery. Why did it not do that one? So, I mean, we've got Cabriri lore, ghoul lore, religion, occultism, society, perception. There's a number of them. Let me see. I would also, I think Roger has undead lore. What lore check?
I think I have undead law.
Recall knowledge. Zombie lore. Undead lore. Who's got that? Oh, Savath has undead lore. Roger has vampire lore.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Vampire
I'm
and
building
zombie.
Roger as a vampire hunter.
Yeah, and that works out great because that Bloodlord's the High Rune's a vampire. It'd be closer to a zombie lore. Ghouls are like a high-end zombie, so you probably have like a little bit of penalty to it. Occultism. Rodolph can do occultism. We'll do occultism.
Yeah, let's do an occultism.
Kind of okay. Jesus shit.
Hmm?
I was about to say I'm kind of okay at that. No,
He's like, oh wait,
That-
no,
that's-
never mind.
that's 5 above my nat 20.
Can I do... Hold on. Of course, now I have to find the thing that this is.
Mhm.
I have that thing where I can substitute esoteric lore for other kinds of lore.
Oh yeah,
where is it?
yeah. Like anything like you have a -2 to it, but you could do
Right, it's my esoteric lore, but -2. So
something like that. Yeah.
I'm gonna try Cabriri lore, and then we'll just.
I think you actually just
Oh,
have,
it won't let me roll it because.
because you don't have it. You can
I
just go
don't
to your
have it.
lores and just click on it.
Oh, I guess I can roll. What's it? Lore, esoteric lore.
Yeah.
No, Jesus. Yeah, well. Yeah, I guess a 23 probably isn't going to make it. Oh, yeah, no, because that's what Roger rolled.
Let's see. Where's my finest?
At least Rudolph did okay. Oh, you know what?
true.
Maybe I'll try. I can't roll again, can I, with religion instead?
No, this is like a once a day thing.
Yeah.
Do you guys
okay.
want me to try undead?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
What's the
Because
rest of
it's not like. Oh, yeah.
39. Okay. So undead, I'm gonna say is like a non-specific lore. Still works. It's just a slightly higher DC, bumps it up a little bit. But that'll give essentially 2 successes. Let's see here. You'll know things that he likes, and like if you're gonna try to influence him. I always have to look because like the
Right.
discovery and influence. Discovery is like a really weird like. It's a recall knowledge, but it's not. It functions kind of like a recall knowledge for discovery. So we got 2 successes. You choose one of the following. You learn which guild can influence the NPC that has the lowest DC, skipping any skills you already know. One of the personality biases. One of the NPC's resistances, or one of the NPC's weaknesses. Resistances and weaknesses for influence will raise and lower the DC of skills. Instead of being like damage.
Oh, so he's like resistant to deception or something like
Yeah,
that?
like if you try to deceive him and like you fail, it'll increase all of your DCs by 2.
Ah,
Just
okay.
as an example. I haven't looked to see which one it is.
Right. But that's okay.
Yeah. Savath, what would you like to know? One influence skill, one personality bias. Does he have any biases? He doesn't have any biases listed. Never mind. Skip that. Ignore that.
Okay, so then what are my choices?
Influence, or what skills work against him? What is he resistant to, and what is he weak to?
I think skills would probably be the best option, but I'm open to input from the group.
Yeah, might as well go with the positive ones first.
So, what the lowest DC skill? Obviously, he's a ghoul, so I'll give you Cabriri and ghoul lore. I'll give you guys that one. Lowest skill DC is going to be occultism. DC 30.
I
And
think
you
I'm
guys have a
trained
second
in
one.
occultism too.
Yeah.
Okay, I could possibly pass a occultism, but probably not.
I'll even expand it a little bit. You can use occultism to impress him with your knowledge of hidden things.
I only have a plus 16 to occultism. I thought I was higher.
Well, you guys have rolled off in the party who has a plus 24 to his occultism.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rudolph
You're good.
kills on occultism,
Yeah.
so
And then Roldoff rolled a success as well. So collectively, what's something else you guys want to know?
what were the other two? What he's
Weaknesses,
like-
resistances.
you know what? Weakness. That seems useful.
So Kortash Khain is very impressed once. Okay, this is gonna be a little. This is meta. The first task he is going to give you, meta-wise, is to clear out this tower. There's, we'll get into why, but the first mission, if you successfully complete the first mission, it will reduce all DCs by 2. Automatically, just on its own.
Okay, so whatever this task is, it's something he really wants done.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess like in game, like you're asking around about Kortash, and it's like no one's quite sure. Like he's been asking around. It's like, but he's being very cagey. He's like finding out about like his citizens, that have moved into Geb or into Mekatar, and he's asking about them, and he's got a couple of different spots that he's kind of interested in. It's like, and you get the sense like he's gonna have you do something with his people. Well, you do it good, you'll get it, like all of his DCs will go down by 2.
Okay.
Okay. So you got that out of the way. He does have other skills that you can use to influence him, and you can try different stuff. As you find things, I'll just unlock the skills. If you learn the skills through discovery, some of the skills are applied. So, like, if you do certain things, you can use a certain skill, or in a certain way. Like, you go to the circus, the ringmaster is going to be more impressed if you can juggle while balancing on a unicycle than he is if you can recite the entire script of Othello from memory.
Pretty sure I can juggle on a unicycle.
Performance would either performance or probably more performance.
I was thinking
or
acrobatics or athletics.
Yeah, something like that. Probably athletics or
Yeah.
performance would work for that. But like if you're using performance to recite a cello, the circus ringmaster isn't going to care as much. So that's how discovery and influence skills will work. It's like a social combat, but you can have essentially one round per day for Kortash. Going to meet Kortash Khain. Visiting Kortash. There we go. So, you find out where he's staying, and once you arrive, you kind of knock on the door, and the doors open up, and there is this fairly well-dressed ghoul that will escort you in, and like word's already been passed ahead of time, so like they know who you are, they recognize you. This ghoul, like you can see, like his mouth is stitched shut, which for a ghoul is kind of, I feel like that would be torturous and horrifying, especially since they survive by eating flesh.
Like, do we know why something like that would be done?
Yeah.
Punishment, maybe?
I'm able to roll like. I was gonna say, am I able to roll like zombie lore to find out specifically? Beyond guessing.
I feel like this would be more either Cabriri lore or society.
Of which I have neither.
No, I could.
Never
look at
mind.
Society
Rebecca
is
does.
not. Yeah, God, I'm rolling terribly today.
21. So, you're not sure, but then again, like he's from Nemric Natori, so maybe it's just like maybe it's a thing in his kingdom. It's not something you would see here.
It's not
it's kind
like
of horrifying to see here, yeah.
It's not like a Zan Kuthan kind of thing, is it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a Kuthanite thing. But
Can't say we've established that they aren't godly until.
But essentially this butler would escort you guys into the manor's meeting, and it's this fairly ornate, kind of longer, almost like a dining hall. And there is this, I hazard to call it a meal, but at the far end you can see Kortash at the table. And this table has been laid out with humanoid limbs and organs in various states of decay. It's all been laid out very artfully. Almost like a buffet. And at the end, Kortash has picked up this, I don't know, maybe like a forearm, and is just treating it like a giant turkey leg. And the butler will motion you
Probably
in.
should get along just fine with this guy.
And one of the servers will be kind of like changing out plates here and there. Kortash will motion for you guys to enter. Please, if you're hungry, eat your fill.
Is there anything like seems recently killed and not like decayed?
Oh yeah. There's a couple of things in there that are fairly fresh. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Crowley will definitely lump him down. See if you can find like a fresh liver.
Roger is just
kind of
subtly calculating.
As he
like,
gives you
his
that
new dress.
that kind of open invite, you see, like he almost narrows his eyes a little bit, kind of like that. Like, what are you gonna do now? But it's a legit invite. Yeah, you can sit down and eat.
Is Roger looking for replacement parts?
Roger is subtly eyeing, like, ooh, that one had, nice skin. That's a decent liver. That's an alright kidney. Just subtly under the table. By subtly under the table, I mean he's putting, like, the organs in his mouth and then doing the equivalent of swallowing them whole. And just hoping they fall down between the gap at the top of the ribcage in Hey, Roger has armor. Yeah, it'll definitely do that.
Just tuck it in. Yeah, Feldar will sort of look around and not like, no sign of like disgust or anything. Say, what a lovely spread. You wouldn't happen to have any non-flesh based offerings or cooked food? I realize that's not really your milieu, so if not, that's fine. I ate breakfast already.
No, he does not.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that is not my people's preferred food. Fresher the better,
Completely
as you
understandable.
understand.
Yes. For future reference, if we are traveling together,
Mhm.
you do not have a distaste for foods which are not like this. So if we ate together, it would not be a problem. If so, I can always, of course, eat separately. Nom 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 nom. Hello?
I think we lost Travis.
Travis
Yeah.
is skimming to find out whether he is or is not offended by this.
Yes. Well, I didn't hear
We
anything,
we
and I'm
just got a
like, "Wait,
pop-up
did I
saying
drop
Travis was
off?"
AFK.
Yeah.
Mhm. Oh. I missed that.
Okay. Yeah, she just got home and went to a rally. It's like, I got Plan B. It's like, you had a hysterectomy. And I had a vasectomy. So if you need Plan B, we have bigger problems.
Yeah, but rally's good.
Yes, she was very excited. So, like, I didn't want to. I didn't want to put that all on your guys' ears.
It's okay.
Okay.
So I just asked whether it was okay in future
Oh,
if
yeah.
we ate in front of him. Like if the non-raw flesh eating folks ate regular food, well, ate non-raw meat paste products.
And he'll kind of take that forearm and not quite drop it, but just set it down. I won't hold it against you for eating your own food. It is rather rude to not partake when you are offered.
Apologies. No insult is intended. I'm just not sure that my biology is such that consuming things such as this would result in physical distress. And she'll just sort of smile and cock her head to the side like, really, dude? You're expecting me to eat raw human flesh? Nice try.
You won't take a penalty. You won't get any bonus.
No, that's okay.
Like, he expects Crowley to eat the food because Crowley's a ghoul.
Right.
The rest
Probably
of
has
you,
already eaten several
Yes.
organs.
I would imagine.
Yes.
I have a feeling that Savath could do it and not have problems.
You have the option if you want to. Like, this is an invite to the whole group. The only
So
catch
yeah,
is like
why
any
not?
living creature has to make a fortitude save.
I was gonna
What's
say,
the
is Roger
DC?
gaining the benefit?
I'm not telling you. I can't tell you.
Yeah, I'll go for it. Why not?
I don't imagine Rodolph would, just because like Rodolph is a very proud quick, or proud for
Yeah.
being a quick.
Uh,
Oh, and you have roguish resilience. So if you succeed, you critically succeed.
yeah, he's got a stomach of iron, Arsevath.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I have also an Iron Gut Goblin. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So since Roger is technically putting the food in his mouth, does it contribute as a bonus?
No.
Wow. So I
So-
could not have gained from this.
You get some extra organs, and it's like, yeah, okay, this guy knows what's
I
up.
meant socially.
No, unfortunately.
Damn it.
Savath got a +2 to skill checks to influence him during this meeting.
Cool.
The eating of grave meat does have the disease trait. God, not that it really matters, because Savath critically succeeded. Savath, like while you're eating, like there's a couple of pieces like, that piece tasted a little, like it's been out a little too long, maybe. Like just on the edge of like you need to toss out that hamburger kind of thing.
Yeah.
You also rolled high enough. We don't have to make that other check. That's good.
Hooray.
Love it when the DM hints at another check that we saved to avoid.
Yay.
Love it. Does not give the anxieties.
The primary purpose of the check is to make sure that you're not sickened, and then there's a secondary effect. It's like, and is also exposed to a potent strain of ghoul fever. Yeah, you're gonna have a +2 while you guys are talking to him. Savath will. Once you guys kind of get once he's had his fill and like small talk is finished, introductions are made. Like he got to meet you guys like with Gab, but like there's that little bit of a talk. It's like, well, introduce yourselves, tell me about your accomplishments. All that'll get done. It'll get all settled up, and it'll be kind of cleaning his hands. So, why do you think you're worthy of being bloodlords, let alone members of my so-called honor guard?
I was
Yeah,
meant
but
for nobility since birth. Well, the house was taken from me by some who are no longer in this world. I've reclaimed what, well, I was owed my whole life. And as for honor guard, there's not much that can get past most of us. Especially myself.
Indeed. My experience with this group of newly minted bloodlords has shown me that they are thoughtful, flexible, quick to understand issues. I, of course, have a deep and broad knowledge of the weaknesses of pretty much any creature I can come up against. And certainly I would view that as a bonus in escorting you in an area where, well, let's just say this is not your home turf. And certainly I think we are as qualified to be bloodlords as any who have proven their worth here in high profile, high danger situations. This group has investigated mysteries, solved import-export problems, smuggling, hags. I don't know what more someone could do to become a bloodlord.
That's the part where I have to ride a unicycle and juggle.
Pretty much, yeah.
Roger will also chip in. There is only so many times most bloodlords can die and come back. We among us have averaged above that at this point. We're stubborn.
Hmm. Crowley and Feldar, give me diplomacy.
I'll say, please, for the love of God, do not ask me to chip in on that.
You guys will have 2 different DCs.
Okay.
for
Yeah, because
reasons.
I'm not anything.
It's like make an impression.
Influence. I mean, you could do it as a make an impression.
Okay, cool. Because like I have the was it nobility and the high fashion clothes bonus, which not sure nobility's not popping up, but that should be an extra +1.
Oh, do I get something from my fancy clothes? Yeah, so I guess mine's a 31 as well, because I forgot that I had the fancy clothes too.
Yeah, and I should have for using.
I mean, can I help with the diplomacy checks?
How are you pitching in?
I'm not exactly sure because I'm not of nobility, but I have.
Well, this is more like he's
plus
asked.
21.
He's been asking. He's like, why do you guys think you're worthy of becoming bloodlords, and why do you think you're worthy of being my honor guard? I think that's kind of what he's asking.
I mean, could regale him with the tales of our. I mean, Jane's already kind of done it, regaled him with the tales of our successes. So I don't really know what else I would add other than helping with the role.
Other than eating the meat.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can do that.
I imagine Savath like chatting but waving around, a foot or something. Yeah. Yeah, we're great. We're really great.
Shiny Rock, go click clack.
Oh, that's what Courtly Graces lets you make a society check instead of diplomacy.
But if you use the normal skills in those situations, you get a +1 instead.
Huh. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because my diplomacy is higher than my society.
Mm-hmm. Oh, because it's not programmed into the rules for it. Okay. I'll have to figure out how to fix that.
It's a weird situation.
Yeah, it is.
How were you able to get the clothes added into your diplomacy check? Because I'm wearing the clothes, but they didn't.
Did you like click the checkbox because it's not automatically ticked?
Which checkbox?
When you click diplomacy and there's a blue button to roll.
Oh, if I held shift.
Yeah.
Right.
Or if you roll it from the actions macro.
Gotcha.
So add a +1 to that, add a +1 to that, 31, 32.
Okay. But, it's crossed. Oh, you know why it's crossed out? Because I don't think I can add it if I've already gotten the diplomacy is one of my, like, 2 skills a day that I can make master thing
it's-
that comes from the tome.
It should,
Crossed
like,
out
So I
it's
don't
because
think I can add
it's
to
crossed out
that.
because it's not being applied. That's why. If there's a
Yeah,
little check off and on to the right.
yeah, you click
Click it
toggle.
on, it'll be uncrossed.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
That's why like tome shows up in there because tome is a little weird.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because your tome skills are also diplomacy. Why did they not show up there?
Yeah, right now, the 2 I think I had picked were maybe where does it say?
Top of your actions.
Diplomacy and deception are
Yeah, so
the
you got a
2
plus
that I have.
25 instead, so we'll add a plus 2 on top of your. So your 30 becomes 33.
A 33? Yeah.
Part of me want to do the hero point reroll, but I got an 11. It's like, that is technically
decent.
upper half.
Yeah. Statistically, upper half. What was it doing? Oh yeah. So 33 and a 31, right?
Yeah.
32. 33 and 32.
Yeah.
So diplomacy is one of his skills. It's higher than that.
Ah.
Jane, you can
He's
do it
a
with
hard
an,
nut to crack.
you can do it with an 11.
Can I use a hero point to try again?
Sure. It's a 36 DC diplomacy.
Well, huh. It's possible.
Yeah. It just means you'd have to roll on an 11 or higher, that's all.
I got an 11 again.
But that does mean you get your point back, so yay.
Yay.
Oh, wait, hold on. How do I re-roll? You know what? I'm just going to roll it because I don't know how to hero point it and add
Add
the
all the stuff.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just going to
just re-roll or just either re-roll it and check it off or just hero point it there and we'll add 3 to it.
There we go.
Bounced off of a 1. Oh, that rock.
Plus your tome on top of that.
Oh, I forgot to add the tome. Yeah.
Sorry. Take your hero point away. Got that. 42 regular success.
God,
Oh,
42 is just a regular success.
Yeah. For diplomacy, it's a regular success. Every skill has a different DC.
Right. Because for him, that's one of the higher
Yeah.
checks, right? Okay.
He's he's a priest king. Diplomacy's kind of his thing. Well, yeah, that will bump you up to 1 influence.
Woo!
Woo!
I really wish there was some way I could contribute to this since now I've got the +2.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm right there with you.
Yeah. Visiting. There it is. I closed the wrong window. Fine. I will tell you. Don't misunderstand your king. Geb appointed you as my honor guard as an insult to both of us. You for being assigned attendant duties as bloodlords, and myself by assigning the absolutely least noteworthy of all this nation's bloodlords. You understand. Bloodlord as a title is a signal of quality, effectiveness, and longevity. He no more promoted you moments than just moments before he assigned you. By its very nature, you're the bottom of your pecking order, as it were. Fortunately, there's nothing in this city I fear, nor any that might wallow in this tasteless surface air. So your duties as guards mere unnecessary. You can do with your time whatever you wish, but there is something I would have you do for me. Something that can benefit us both.
Thus.
Certainly, by
Yeah,
your
I like
measure,
quests.
the only.
We do.
Jane?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was
I
going to
just saying.
say, certainly by your measure, we can only improve our status and therefore yours by association. So how may we assist you?
Did we lose him again?
No, I'm
Yeah?
thinking.
Oh,
That's the loading lag.
There is a ghoul that has been exiled from Nemric Noctur.
Terrible.
She goes by the name Yurgak. She lives here in Mekatar.
Okay. No.
Yurgak has led a cell, or a sect of Cabreri worshippers here in the city. She's been smart enough to maintain a low profile when choosing her meals, mostly feasting on low-ranking members of the city's society, those that would go unnoticed. Lately, however, her ghouls have been hunting and killing higher-ranking members of the factions. Her sect, this cult, has taken on the ancient name of the Secret Eaters. They're taking worship of Kabiri to an extreme. As a practical, political... No, that's... As a worshipper of Kabiri myself, there must be balance between the hunter and their prey. We simply can't remove all the food, all the choice pieces. And his eyes will kind of go back and forth, just momentarily, like flighting from Rodolph and Savath, just just briefly, like, oh, if situations were different.
You'd be chomped.
Mm-hmm.
They know this now.
I've probably thought about it a lot.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, I guess technically I'm neither dead nor alive. I mean, technically I'm alive,
You're
but
not undead.
I was
Uh,
right.
Yeah, as a
But
revenant,
I'm
you're
still not, prime snack material.
yeah. Mechanically, you are living, even though you've died
Right.
once before and you weren't
Right.
resurrected. It's yeah, revenants fall into a weird spot. You have
Yeah, but
void
ghouls,
healing, but you're not undead. Yeah. Yurgak's actions problematic and disruptive. Clearly, I can't sweep in and wipe them up myself. At best, it would be rude to the various organizations in Mekatar. At worst, it'd be seen as declaring war on the city and Geb himself. You, however, you provide a much more elegant solution. You could infiltrate the Secret Eaters' headquarters, wipe them out. You'd be doing both a favor to me and the city.
It is due to actions like this and the lack of self-control that some present that ghouls have earned a reputation on the surface. One that I'm not fond of. Personally, I think I would enjoy this mission.
This appears to be quite a challenge. I think I would be interested as well.
I'm game. Sorry, my goblin lacks fancy words.
Ah, kill him, let's go!
Yep. Goblin just
No.
looks up from the foot they're chewing on. Yeah, cool.
Yep, let's do it. You want to see me ride a unicycle?
I like he has. I can tell you, like, his highest influence skill, or to influence him, is intimidation. I'm just kind of giving you guys this just because I'm looking at it. Let me see.
It's like we should try and intimidate him, or it's
Oh God, no!
the
No,
hardest for us to do.
No.
Okay.
No,
no
like
one in
he
the party
cannot
can do it.
be intimidated.
Like mechanically, yeah,
No,
he can.
that's what I thought. I just wanted to ask.
No one in the party
I just
has
wanna make sure I was
a
understanding
skill
right.
high enough to intimidate him on anything less than a 20.
No.
I got a plus 21.
Yeah.
I could impress him
And,
with the.
most of the rolls would be a critical failure,
Wow.
or it would be at least a failure. It would not be very
try to
far before it became a critical failure. Yeah, so most of the rolls would be a critical failure for pretty much anyone in the group.
You try to intimidate him. He just goes, motherfucker, I'm level 20.
Yeah, he's beyond. Like he is on power wise. He's on par with, or nearly on par with Geb himself. He does not want to be messed with. Like they don't even give you stat block for him. There's no, don't even bother. They fight him if the party tries to fight him, they die.
Yeah.
Yeah, this just seems like a character do not fuck with.
Yeah, essentially he's like level 26 kind of thing. It's like, yeah, no, you
Yeah.
won't.
Yeah.
That would be like level 20 mythic rules type boss fight, and even then a high tier one.
Yeah. Once you start dealing with like priest kings and like lords of nations, yeah.
Just imagining the level like 26 cleric shit of just like just slaps your soul out.
Uh-huh. So hearing that you guys are all essentially like, it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, fine, we can do this. You understand, like, it improves your standing in town, and also like does helps him. It's kind of a twofer. Trixie, good God, calm the hell down. Someone gave her a ball. The Secret Eaters have set up in, according to my information, there's an old skeleton preparation facility. It's known as the Tower of Gnawed Bones. Locals call it Gnawed Bones. So,
Like GNAWED?
the proper name is, yeah, GNAWED.
Okay.
The locals just call it Gnawed Bones, NODBONAS.
Ah.
It's an old preparation facility for skeletons prior to animation. Excuse me. From my understanding, normally you will use swarms of beetles to cleanse and flay the skeletons prior to animation. Here in Mekatar, often more magical methods are used, both for their efficiency and as a sign of prestige. Gnawed Bones was something of a failed gambit on the more mundane methods, attempting to industrialize the old methods. It failed faster than the time that it actually took to build the tower. And I'll kind of look to Rodolph. Your organization actually owns the tower. The Builders League. Not directly, but the proper owner is a member of the Builders League. Is largely self-exiled. Hasn't been back in the city for a few years now. Since the tower has largely fallen into ruins, the Secret Eaters were able to move in a few months ago with little difficulty. I think the authorities have let the Eaters grow as kind of as a justification. Well, they can label all worshippers of Cabriri, even myself, as enemies of Geb. You know, kind of put like big air quotes on that last part.
Mm-hmm.
Nice digs for an enemy of Geb.
Personally, despite the damage Yurgak and her followers have done to my reputation, I'm slightly concerned they might have received the blessing and support of Cabriri himself.
Oh, George, just thinking over to anyone in the party. Who's that again?
The god of ghouls.
Cool, thank you.
So is he saying that this group's behavior might be blessed by Cabriri?
Yeah, sense motive, perception.
Okay. Perception. Wait, where's?
It's on the red banner.
Oh, there it is.
It's
Yeah.
it's more of a, you get the sense like he's talking more like he's upset that, like, you get the impression what you know of Kortash is, like, as the high priest, like he's kind of like the pope of
Right.
Cabriri. Like look, here's how you're supposed to worship. Here's the rules. Why is God giving them? Why is God not punishing them?
Ah,
He's not.
and by
sure,
not
like,
punishing them, it almost appears like he's blessing them, is kind of his
yeah,
thinking.
yeah.
Okay.
Not necessarily that they think they actually have like divine blessing, but it's like, look, I'm the high priest. I know the ways to do it. This is wrong, but yet, what the hell?
Yeah, yeah.
What? God being absent when you want him?
Yeah, Cabriri, him who gnaws, the demon lord of ghouls, graves, and secrets kept by the dead. Their edicts are edicts: eat the flesh of your own kind; anathema, to reveal secrets of the dead to non-believers; despoil grave markers. Areas of concern are ghouls, graves, and secrets kept by the dead. Most often worshipped by ghouls and flesh eaters.
Wait,
Hmm.
No, I mean in Greece. Push it up. Push it up. Right.
And Kortash will kind of give like a sign to some of the attendants nearby, and
Mm-hmm.
kind of motion from them to bring out they have this essentially it's this rolled up cloth. He's gonna kind of come out and bring this out to the group. Hang these banners from the upper reaches of the tower once the sect has been dealt with. It'll show the sect holds no sway in the city. The tower holds no allegiance except to Geb. Hopefully it'll also signal the Builders League that they can reclaim the property. Fully.
Here, buddy. Oh, big yawn. Big yawn.
What do the banners look like?
Essentially just like royal banners of the nation of Gab.
Of Geb? Okay.
Yeah.
Can we check them closely to make sure?
Oh
that
yeah,
there's no
yeah.
hidden-
If you roll them out, yeah, they're basically like royal banners of the city. These are proper displays, yeah.
I still don't trust them as far as I could throw them.
Yeah.
I could throw them decent.
Yeah.
Never
Maybe.
mind.
Find out.
I'd rather not. Just because Rod has died twice already does not mean I want it a
Mhm.
third, fourth, and fifth time.
There may also the secret. There may be factions in your city that would be interested in any findings you would come across. either from the secret eaters themselves or even the beetle flensing methods of skeletonization. I understand it's largely fallen out of style in the city.
Hmm.
Secondly, should the opportunity present itself, and consider this skin on the pig, if you will, icing on the cake. I would like you to bring me Yurgak's head and lungs.
Hi, puppy.
That's the head of this group.
Look, you alright?
Yeah, Yurgak is like the head ghoul.
Okay.
He wants you to bring him her head and lungs. Essentially, like her
And
upper
lungs.
section. Yeah,
Not attached, right? Just
preferably
head.
like they don't have to be attached to the rest of the body, but like her upper torso, he'd prefer that's intact.
Okay.
So we can.
Oh, what's another
That's the way
puppy?
to cut that.
My voice is waning up here, rotting away. Using her as my next voice would serve as a warning to any who would worship Cabreri incorrectly in an unapproved method.
Interesting.
Any other questions while you're here?
Does the group have any particular weaknesses, leverage we can use, or is this really meant to be sort of just a full physically based assault on the building and just deal with all of them?
I would
Like,
prefer
if there
they
are
are
some
all-
who wish. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I would prefer they are all removed from this afterlife. Permanently.
So, if some wish to give up, to turn themselves in,
Convert
They
back,
should-
if you will.
If they should choose to give up, I would imagine it's far easier to eliminate them.
okay. I mean, we are all neutral or evil, so I guess that's
Yeah,
not a big
it's
problem.
very much either
more like,
lawful
is he
neutral, lawful
interested?
evil. Yeah,
Yeah, I guess my question is more like, is he interested in them as, like, is this a bigger organization that, like, he might want to gather for further information? But
Oh
it
no,
sounds
he
like no,
absolutely
he
sees
just
these guys
wants
as like
them slaughtered, and
he
that's
sees these
that.
guys as like a splinter cult.
Okay.
Eliminate the heretics.
Yep,
Okay.
Purge.
yep,
Cool. Good.
That vibe.
yeah. Don't feel bad about killing. Yeah, they're my citizens.
Yeah, no, I'm not
but-
feeling bad. It was more like, would they have information he's interested in? If not, that's fine.
That's kind of one of those like, if you come across it, yeah, let me know. He's not expecting much.
Maybe
But
they'll even have a unicycle for me.
I'm sure we can get you a unicycle.
I'm kind of stuck on this idea now. I want to see if I can pull it off.
I guess like during, yeah, sure. if you want, you can give me a performance check, like during the conversation, if you're trying to be entertaining at least.
Wait, what? I missed that.
If you want to try to be entertaining during the conversation, go for it.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be specifically like a unicycle, but whatever.
I feel like it does need to be the unicycle at this point.
I do too.
I
Like,
imagine him like, juggling livers or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're hard to juggle because they're squishy.
you remember that scene from Family Guy where they're explaining Jesus' miracles? Yeah, da 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 da, yeah, da da
Yeah.
da 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 da.
Like I said, you can totally option.
I'll hold off until I actually have a unicycle. I'm sure I'll find one somewhere in Geb.
I'm sure somewhere in Gab you will find a unicycle.
Felder, give me a religion check.
God. My rolls today.
Regular failure. But
Ugh.
religion is one of his skills. Especially like if you're using it in reference to Cabriri.
Okay.
Which, I mean, as a high priest, not a wild guess to understand that yet.
Then we have like fucking chicken.
Currently, he is unfriendly to everyone. If you can get one more influence point, he'll become indifferent.
Ooh, indifference.
That's a
I
big
would love
deal,
to.
going from unfriendly to indifferent.
Yeah, no, true, because indifferent means that they're not going to do anything bad to you. So, yeah.
Actively.
Yes. It's like, let's see.
I feel like that's a very important
Unfriendly, like
stipulation.
if you ask him to do anything, he's going to like automatically dismiss it, distrusts and dislikes the party. Yeah. Meanwhile, indifferent, don't really care one way or the other. As weird as that might sound.
I know
they
this
will
is a
accept
little
requests. Mhm.
yeah. I know this is a little weird, but my medicine is really high. Could I use that to see if I know anything about the beetle, like sort of traditionally the beetle stripping skeletons of flesh thing?
Oh yeah.
Like just a factoid that I could use to sort of impress him.
Sure.
Oh God.
Oh,
I guess not.
dice are not playing nice tonight.
I
4,
know.
Don't
5,
have undead
3.
Yeah, no kidding. And I even changed my dice settings. Yeah, I think I need to purge.
Lots of noise.
Ta-da!
Loud noises.
Mute tab.
Yeah.
You can hear that.
All I heard was loud noises.
Yeah, see, even that
Lots of
4,
low
5,
rolls,
3,
man.
5, 3.
Yeah.
God.
Figure
Okay, I think I
average
need
there
to-
should have been what, 100?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try changing my dice settings again. Dice so nice. Where are you? There you go. No.
Hey, roll a dice for me real quick, somebody. Interesting. Thank you.
One high, one
Shane's
low.
probably the only one that'll understand what I'm about to say here, but I have a feeling Burp Suite could help with our dice rolls after looking at traffic.
Yeah, don't. Just don't. That's not me.
The immediate no, no,
No,
no.
no, stop.
Why are we all rolling 20s all of a sudden?
Yeah. Here, this is a good one. Okay, that's better.
There we go. Yeah. High low.
There was one crit fail, but also a crit success. So
Yeah, a little bit
there
more
we go.
balance. Slightly above average. Okay. So you guys have a task. You got secondary tasks and a direction.
Let's do it.
Woohoo.
Yay. And he gave you really no time frame. Like, yeah, go do it, and let me know. Let me know how it goes.
I mean, I think I would ask if he had any time frame that he preferred. Is there anything that's waiting on this? Is there anything that will impact this, etc.?
Not really.
Okay.
Whenever you get done,
Okay.
like I said, he's gonna be in town for a while. Well, yeah, when you roll 100 of them, still pretty close to average.
I'll be right back.
Yep. It's actually almost dead
Yeah.
on average. 1 point below average.
Oh.
I think it's 1 point below. Yeah. So, the Tower of Nod Bones, or Nod Bones, is located in kind of some of the oldest reaches of the city. It's deep in a part of the city called Vassal Alley. Just makes me a little annoyed that they don't give me more information about that. Here, you could spot the tower from blocks away. It's this spire of pitted stone kind of rising up against the surrounding sprawl. It goes up in the air about 120 feet, with the central section kind of flanging outward, and given the structure, it almost looks like a mace that's been planted in the ground, pommel first. Getting nearby, it's very clear that no one travels within like a 40-foot radius of this tower. Even the ground around it is paved in skulls that surround this octagonal structure. Even the
Well, this one's an
residents,
octagon.
yeah. The residents of Vassal Alley, or to the residents of Vassal Alley, it's Nodbones has kind of been this lurking threat. When the owner built it and eventually self-exiled, he left a lot of security in the building.
Oh boy, traps.
between the security and now this sect of ghouls, it's like no one wants to go anywhere near this place.
This seems to be a common problem in this town.
Ghouls? Yeah.
Them letting people go without clearing buildings out.
Yeah. Nowadays, like no one wants to go near it. More thanks to the rumors that ghouls have kind of developed a taste for undead flesh instead of just quick.
Oh
Quick-
dear.
Yeah, quick tend to avoid like undead neighborhoods anyway, because obvious reasons. Locals in Vassal Alley have been avoiding Nodbones because rumors are the ghouls moved in and they started liking undead flesh. There's even been reports of like strange, almost supernatural lights pulsing from within the windows of the tower. And there's been like this strange thrumming vibration that shivers through the ground. It's just like weird hours. It only enhances the sinister reputation of this place. But yeah, otherwise it's very easy to find. Like I said, no one approaches within 40 feet of this place, and the ground outside is paved in skulls. So
Do we know how to get into the building? Like, are we
there,
planning to just frontal assault, or are there secret ways in?
well, doing a once around, you can pick out two primary entrances. There's a ground floor entrance and a loading bay entrance. Let's see. There's numerous 3-foot wide windows at upper levels. The whole place is essentially like a 5-story tower. And I don't know if you heard me before you stepped away, but the place basically looks like if you took a mace and stabbed it into the ground, pommel first. So it kind of goes up and the top bulges out.
Okay.
Hypothetical question, because I'm pretty sure Nick would ask this.
Mhm.
Is there records within the Builders Leagues of all the plans? Because I feel like he would look that up.
Let me look.
Basically,
I
is
feel,
there
I feel like that's a really good question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can he find anything?
Fuck.
Oh, he's funny.
And he uses hero point.
He can.
Yay!
Yay, that's better. Much better.
Does
Right
he get any
after
situational buffs for Builders League stuff?
Yeah. For the most part, this place, like I said, it's octagonal. The outside is octagonal, but the main tower has the shaft that goes up and down from the center of it. So you're gonna have like 5 floors. The top is pretty much like almost like a cupola, mostly storage. Like offices and such are gonna be on the 4th floor. Third, let's see.
For my sanity, please do not refer to it as the shaft that goes up and down again.
So the main shaft, inside of that shaft, there, according to the prints, there is a lift system that goes up and down.
So,
You're welcome.
is it centrally mounted or more on sort of like one side, like an outside lift kind of deal?
The actual, so like the elevator lift area is on the inside of the building, and has a like a lift system that goes up and down through this hole. But it's all inside the tower.
Oh, I can't make more jokes.
I'm trying to see. Where did it go? Features. There it is. Where's B8? 4, 5. Oh, okay. So on the ground floor, there's essentially a set of double doors for foot traffic to kind of come in and out. And up on the third floor, there's essentially like a balcony that's used as a loading dock. The problem there is each floor is 25 feet high. So it's really big. The top, looking at the blueprints, he can see, Rodolph can kind of make out that, like I said, 25 feet between each floor. The top 5 feet of each story is like supporting rafters and such. And blueprints look like they didn't do a ceiling; they did it industrial style. So, like, if you could get up into the rafters, you could use that to kind of get your way up into the next floor. There's a furnace kind of offset to one side of the building. We'll do this. Activate. Set off to one side of the building, kind of over here. Oh, if I use the right tool. Over here-ish.
I can't.
Yes. Is it still loading for you guys?
Yeah.
I'm in.
There we go.
I'll drag it all the way around the outside.
Oh, when you said it was a mace, I didn't
there we go.
think you actually meant like it had spikes as well.
With spikes
Oh, yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
They weren't kidding when they said mace. Okay.
Yeah, not kidding at all.
Okay.
Don't love it, don't hate it.
It's the voice of the basilisk. That's
Give us what voice?
Ah. There we go. Okay. So this kind of smaller building over to the one side is just a little taller. Like, it goes up probably it goes up to like that 25 feet, but you can kind of make out there's windows up at like the 20-foot range, and it looks like it comes out from the main tower, and then there's stairs that go back into the main building. Essentially, looking at the prints, it's a furnace of some kind. Tough to tell from the outside, but even making your trip all the way around, you can make out like there's pathways and ramps that kind of come in and across. Yeah, I think it's these. Nope, not that one. These stairs go up. Yeah, these go up. And this is kind of coming across, so it's at the same floor.
Okay. And those are, you said, 20 feet above us?
The stairs
25 feet?
go up to the second floor, but they start at like the 15, 20-foot range. And if you were to walk up to that lower building, kind of like put your hand on the outside, you can feel it's warm to the touch. Let's see. Tower features 3-foot wide windows. There's windows all over the place. If you guys have fly of some kind, you could actually, like, the windows are wide enough. You could just fly up and go in through the outside windows.
Hmm.
Didn't we just get fly on one of us?
Yes, we did.
You're telling me we can go intruder windows?
Yeah.
No one laughed at my joke.
Is the way the building is shaped,
Mhm.
could Savath climb too? Or like are these walls climbable?
It is climbable.
I was going to ask that next.
The tower's walls are pretty smooth. Like, they did a pretty good job on the masonry work. It is climbable, but it's a DC 30 athletics.
Okay.
Oh, unfortunately, Savath is only a speculative mason.
I do have a 10-foot speed outside of rage.
What if you get like that's if you're just free climbing. If you take like a climber's kit and kind of work your way up, it'll help reduce the DC a little bit. I think you guys should have it.
Can could I try? Because I'm not against flying up and in the window, but I feel like we should scope it out first. Like, do we see anyone around? Are there people going in and out of the building?
Are the furnaces lit and are there chimneys, like smoke coming out chimneys?
Yeah, exactly.
What time of day are you guys approaching?
Is this like in a neighborhood? Like, could we
Yeah.
walk by it?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's in a neighborhood called Vassal Alley.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, I guess we could start afternoon and then decide whether we might want to come back at night or something. Yeah, it would be a little obvious, I suppose, if I flew up, in the middle of a
In the
normal
day.
neighborhood up to a second floor to look in the window.
Yeah.
Can we do the gather information thing? Like talking to their neighbors and stuff just to see, like, do they have a schedule? Like, are there times when they seem to go in and out? Do they just keep to themselves?
Has anyone actually been seen entering?
Right.
One sec. Yeah, either like a gather information to kind of ask around, perception if you guys want to sit and wait and kind of observe it.
Roger will observe. Because it's the I'm good at right now.
Gather information is diplomacy?
Applied diplomacy. Yep, it should be on your basic actions macro
Oh, right. Right.
under exploration, I think.
Right. Sense direction. Here we go. Ugh. It was a 20 and then it bounced back to a 7. Darg.
Still a 29.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see here. So, asking around. Oh, and with Roger's 41. So we'll go with the gather information first.
I mean, I can help with the diplomacy thing again too.
Sure.
Sure.
There it is.
38. Okay. So there's a couple of things you guys. Locals have been seeing like it looked like like bodies have been getting brought in, and more body. There was a small group of ghouls that seemed to have gone in. Nobody's seen other people really go in except those ghouls. They came out, got corpses, went back in. More ghouls came out than originally went in. Locals think they're
Wait,
starting
more
to
came out than went in?
Yes. According to the locals in the neighborhood, more ghouls have come out of this place than have gone in.
It's a ghoul factory.
Roger, you'll notice some of those bodies that are getting hauled into the building, essentially like they're prey or food or whatever you want to call it, you're gonna notice like maybe 1 out of every 4 have like markings and like signage for the celebrants. They're dead when they're brought in there, and you might see like 1 or 2 of them when they come out. That's like you've seen that. Like it's not the same body, or might be the same body, but it went in dead and it came out not dead.
Okay.
And they look to be
So I'm
some of them look to be celebrants.
When
Okay.
ghouls bite the living, it is possible for them to turn them into ghouls, right?
Oh yeah, ghoul fever's a thing.
Okay.
I would say probably treatment for ghoul fever is pretty common.
Right, but if they wanted to turn normal quick into ghouls, it's not hard.
No, not at all.
Okay.
It's also in Geb and Mekatar especially. Creation of undead is legal, but highly regulated. You can't just go out willy-nilly making or turning quick into undead. Like if I went to a farmer's place and I just turned all of his cows into hamburger in one go, not gonna work. It will once,
Okay.
but then you run out of hamburger, you run out of cows. So it's pretty well regulated. If they're turning people into ghouls or corpses into ghouls, not only are they hunting quick without permission, they're creating they're breaking the law on multiple levels.
So just to clarify, Roger has noted the increasing of numbers because Ghoul King, Ghoul Priest Man, it's like, I need their lungs to replace my current set. It's not just a matter of hot swapping bodies.
No, he wants the lungs and head of one specific person. Yurgak.
No, what I'm implying is he can do that to maintain himself. That's not what we're seeing here. We're seeing an increase in ghoul activity with these bodies going in and coming out.
Something I forgot to re-mention, but it was brought up when you very first met him, like I guess now 2 months ago. While he's on the surface, Kortash Khain does not use his own voice. He has essentially magically reanimated the head and chest cavity of whoever he wants at the moment, and like kind of puts his hand on their head and uses that thing as its voice, or as his voice.
Ooh.
He speaks.
Well, now we know why he
through
wants
it.
the head.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like
That makes way more sense.
Oh,
I thought he was
physically
actually gonna open
speaks
his own
through a
chest and, like, I'll
corpse.
swap that.
Yeah, you know
Okay,
that
so-
puppet he had in the beginning?
Let me
And
see
he
if
did
I
make
have-
mention of his voice being tired from talking with us.
Let me see if I have the artwork for it. I'm pretty sure I do.
Yeah, his voice puppet thing he uses. Mentioned that's been decayed surface.
Yeah,
People
he
are
actually
undead,
uses
don't
like
decay.
the head and chest of whatever he wants, and that is his voice.
Okay, now that makes a lot more sense. That makes
So, like
a lot
anytime
more
he
sense.
talks, like it'll have like it's kind of that weird movie magic of like it'll be his voice overlaid on the voice of whatever he is using.
He's not going full Roger and doing that, so they are making more ghouls, not just replacing their numbers.
Hard to tell.
Okay. Hmm. That's not ideal.
Mm.
Roger will relay the information to the party so everyone knows.
Yeah. There's also, while you guys just got in the place, maybe like you sneak up closer to the building or whatever. See if it'll do the sound for me. You can just make it out. If you select the party token up near the very top, there's this almost rhythmic mechanical sound that you can kind of hear coming from the building. It's heavily attenuated by like the thick walls of this building, but yeah, it's still there.
That is a thrumming noise.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Got a good beat.
So this isn't just a factory for ghouls, it's, you know, a rave for ghouls.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, primary entrance is essentially right there.
Hmm.
That's the primary entrance. There's a set of stairs that comes from the furnace, goes up to second floor. Second floor door is there. There is essentially like a loading dock or a landing dock up on third floor on the very north side. And then, how often do you fly?
Good question. Hold on. Do.
Once per hour. Till the end of your next turn. Okay. So you could probably use that to real quick fly up, scout out the top, and come back down. The top of this mace tower has a little bit of like an opening area. So
Yeah, the full flight one is once per day, but the cloak is
oh, that's right, because you did go with the full tower, didn't or the full flight.
yeah. But the cloak is once per hour.
Right. And then the worm's flight is once per day. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, but the worm's flight lasts 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So are there any places where if I wanted to try to fly up, I would be sort of more hidden from the people around the building, or is it all pretty open all
Unfortunately,
the
this
way
is the
around?
tallest building in the area.
Yeah. No, I think the flying is going to be out then. Unless we
I
do
have
it in like the depth of night.
I have a thought
Mm-hmm.
that I want to throw out there.
Okay.
What about my teleportation cloak?
What's the range on it?
No.
I'm not sure. Let me see if I can find that out.
And do you have to know where you're going?
So
Because sometimes you have to like be able to picture the place you're teleporting to.
Puff of smoke. You can translocate. Translocate. 120-foot reach or 120-foot range to a space unoccupied that you can see.
There's the. Okay.
Yeah, I mean there are windows, or there's the 3-foot wide windows, but I would say probably the highest you could get would be probably second floor. You might get lucky and find somewhere that you can get third floor. I say you could make it into the third
It's
floor.
it's an option that doesn't have somebody flying.
Mm-hmm. That teleports you. Yep.
I'm assuming that. Well, can I pick the lock on the door? Like, or
Oh.
It's more, do we want
I mean-
to go in through the front door?
yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. But like, if I go in through a window, I'm gonna have to come back down and let you guys in through the door.
Well, my other thought was if we're going to come back later anyway, to bring a rope ladder, something, and either you could climb or I could, or teleport, or I could fly and then drop down a rope or a ladder or something. But all of those are pretty obvious. Okay, hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars Chewbacca fake prisoner deal. Crowley takes, I don't know, me, Sivath, Rodolph, someone, pretends to want either be or want to be a member of this group, gets us in, we let the other ones in and then go ham? Like, is there some version of that that could work?
I mean, I'm not gonna say no. It would be literally everyone except Roger. But Roger, oh no, I can't do that.
Oh.
Never mind.
Jane, did you want a breath weapon, fire resistance, or whammy? You give somebody bad luck.
Let's see. I think I wanted the breath weapon.
'Cause you get
Yeah.
2 of them.
Yeah, I think I want the breath weapon.
You get 2 of them.
Oh, I get 2.
And actually,
and yeah, I'll take whammy also.
I was gonna say whammy works out great with your steel luck.
Does
Later on, if you take steel luck.
that.
You would also have to you'd have to find some way to get like 2 reactions. It's possible.
See, that says it's a fortune or misfortune effect, and does whammy? Oh, it does. It has the misfortune tag.
You said breath weapon and whammy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I could take steel luck for my next.
Yeah, could.
For my next one. Cool.
You got time to think about that.
Yeah. I can't wait to level 17 when I can be a dragon.
I'm gonna regret this. Oh well.
Then you can do the what was it? Dragon Age 2 meme. The I wanna be a dragon fucking dialogue response.
I have never seen that.
Same, actually.
Offensive.
Okay, so am I hearing not a lot of love for trying to sneak in as fake captured prisoner thing?
I'm not opposed to it, but it's only going to work right up until we meet the first person, because Roger can't really disguise as a quick. Nor can he disguise as a gobbo. A gobbo, a ghoul.
Well,
whilst I can break myself down into small pieces and hide in a bag, not a good idea.
What if one from column A, one from column B? You break yourself down. I put you in the bag where I keep my horse, which also conveniently breaks down to bones. I fly up. Savath teleports up. Crowley takes
I mean, I
Crowley
could just,
takes Rodolph and you? You and Crowley take Rodolph?
I mean, I could probably just put like Rodolph in a bag, and because I have a passive climb speed.
Realistically, we could all get up high pretty easily. The only issue is, if we're spotted in the process, Roger would need time to put his gear back on.
Yeah.
It's one thing to argue that I'd fall into a pile of bones where I am and then reassemble because the armor was on me. It's another thing for me to completely disassemble and be put in a bag.
Well, there
Damn
is
you for making
also.
sense.
Do you have
Um,
a climb? You don't have a climb speed, right, Nate?
Not
a
distinctly, no.
scroll of fly is 70 gold. 70.
Oh, heck. I
Why
got
is
that.
that cheap?
It's a 4th
Why
rank
is
spell.
that so cheap?
'Cause
Scrolls?
it's a one-use item. Yeah.
Yeah, spell scrolls
There
are
we go.
pretty cheap.
Spell
That's usually
scrolls are
what
super
casters
cheap.
buy instead of runes.
Yeah, you have to have that specific. It is. Let's see what traditions is it. It's all 4 traditions. So any
Wow.
spellcasters could use it. If you buy a scroll and give it to Roloff, he can learn it.
That might not be a bad idea.
Wait, he learned. There was one he fed to the cat or to his familiar recently.
The
Teleport.
hamster.
Was it
Or
teleport?
full teleport.
Teleport. Full up teleport. 100-mile range. But it's also a 6th rank spell. I mean, if you guys want to go in on a middle
yeah, no,
floor,
we don't want that.
you guys could get fly and all that stuff. You could just he could teleport the whole party to pretty much whatever floor he wants.
Right, but that's a 6th rank spell.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know you said he had a lot of extra spell slots, but
He has 3 6th rank spell slots.
I mean, that might be the simplest and quickest. Teleport as high up as we can get and then work. Start at the top, work our way down? Or start in the
Yeah.
middle?
I reckon start in the middle, and probably best to save that 6th rank spell slot for something and buy a couple of scrolls as fly.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly cheaper. And
It's
I could
cheaper.
give someone, I could even give Rodolph or one of you my cloak. And then I could use my once a day one.
By comparison, a 6th rank spell or a 6th rank spell scroll is 300 gold.
Yeah.
Again, well within your price range. I mean, you could get not as many. I mean, Roloff could buy 2 of them.
Realistically, we'd only
He
need
never
one.
wants to spend his money, though.
True.
Yeah. We'd only need the one. Because Roger can carry Rodolph. No problem. Everyone else can climb or fly or teleport.
And for some reason, I have 800 gold? Huh. I wonder why. Must have been left over from when I made my character.
It was also your old gloves.
Oh, right. Right.
You get the relic gloves, so you didn't need the old ones anymore.
Right. So that sounds like a plan to either get one 6th level teleport. Yeah, because by the time we buy well, we have 2 people with a climb speed, but climbing even with a climb speed takes a while, right? 20 feet or 25 feet
That's more like
would.
the distances are more in combat. Like if you're trying to climb in combat, then it's climb checks to do like 5 or 10 feet. Out of combat, I would say it's probably like 1 check per floor.
Yeah.
But if you have a climbing kit, that
like,
catches you in case you fail.
Yeah, because the other option would be to fly directly onto that walkway,
Yeah,
like to come around to the other side and fly up onto the walkway instead of into a window, because at least then we have some visibility, like we know whether there are people there or not.
you can do that.
To be fair, to the walkway is probably the best bet.
You could get
Yeah,
a
so
scroll
if
of
we
jump
got-
for 4 gold.
And that's a lot cheaper as well. I reckon go with that
You
option.
can jump 30 feet in any direction without touching the ground. Jump.
Heck. Yeah.
I reckon get one
Especially
of those.
for people who have athletics, like.
If you get it as
Hello.
3rd rank, it lasts for a minute.
So yeah, I reckon we go with that. We buy a scroll of jump for Roger. Everyone who can climb climbs. Everyone who has fly flies. Roger will carry Rodolph in bag because small. I can also do that theoretically for Savath as well at the same time because I don't think Savath's very heavy.
Yeah, I might even be able to carry Savath because I'm only carrying 5 bulk and I can carry up to 14.
Roger, you can carry one or the other. You couldn't do both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You're already hitting the edge of your bulk.
Yeah, I have 4 bulk before I'm even encumbered.
Yeah.
I
So
forget I've got small armory on
how
me.
much?
I have 9.4 bulk until I'm encumbered.
I was say Crowley doesn't carry anything. So.
Yeah.
Look at you in your fancy clothes.
I also have any length rope.
Yeah. So I mean, you could theoretically, you could, because how long's your any length? It's
moderate.
I mean,
Let's
it
see.
does
so
actually
that's
have a length.
75.
75 feet.
It's 75 foot, and I can cut it into as many pieces as I want and just let it slither back together later.
You could have somebody with fly go up to the top, tie a rope, or tie multiple ropes because the building's 120 feet, however high up you want to get, whatever. You could use the any length rope, tie it to the balcony on 3rd floor, climb the rope. The DC 30 is to climb the outside of the tower.
Walls, right? Yeah.
Well, and I could teleport to that 3rd floor thing and tie the rope.
Yeah, and I could
So,
fly. Roger could jump twice, 30 feet, get up to the walkway. I still think the walkway might be a better.
Unfortunately, the walkway is on the opposite side of the tower from the landing, like the loading dock.
Yeah, I think
Because the
walkway's
loading
probably
dock
the
is
best bet.
up here. So I'll do this. Savath is on the loading dock side. There we go. Roger's over near the... I guess technically it's actually like here? Something like that? Kind of in this area. Whatever it is. He would have to get all the way around the building.
Yeah.
And he does not have airwalk.
I reckon
I'll
we
almost
go...
guarantee that's a spell.
Yeah, I
Airwalk,
guess
it
I
is
had
a
just
spell.
assumed. I guess I had just assumed that the walkway, that doors might be open at one of the ends of that walkway.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I feel like we're starting to get analysis paralysis where we're all thinking of so many ideas where we're not
Yeah.
going to get anywhere. I reckon the balcony option, that way we're not jumping face first into the boss with an entire army below us with no obvious escape.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got to do some fighting to get there, but we won't be cut off as much. We can always jump off the balcony, we can always climb down.
Yeah.
It's not likely
Yeah.
to be locked, it's not likely to be guarded. It does give us a solid landing platform and not a windowsill.
I do like
I
the
reckon
term
that would be his best
analysis
option.
paralysis. I hadn't heard that before.
You're
Oh,
welcome, you
oh
can have
wow,
that one.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
All in favor
that
of
sounds
spending
good
4
to
gold
me.
to get this done.
Yeah. So
How many
How many-
scrolls of jump do you want?
We'd only need the one because everyone else can fly, but to be fair, 4 gold each is still cheap to keep the flies up.
is jump though enough to get all the way to the balcony?
Yeah.
The balcony it was, wasn't it?
Not to
It
the
was only
balcony.
25 foot up.
Balcony's on 3rd floor.
Sorry, the walkway.
You can get to the walkway with jump.
God. Actually, how much bulk is Roger carrying?
10.
Okay, a
Yes.
lot. Never mind.
Yeah, that's a lot.
All right, because if it wasn't for how much you were carrying, because a medium creature is 6 bulk, so I could just, I mean, without gear, I could just carry Roger.
I could unload a load of my gear, but I like my gear. I like
Yeah.
being a walking armory. I'll spend 4 gold and get jump.
There is a spell. Let's see. What spell casting does Crowley use?
Occult.
Occult? Okay. There is a spell that Savath can use called Airwalk. It's a 4th rank spell for 1 creature, lasts for 5 minutes. Target can walk on air as if it were solid ground. You can ascend and descend in this way at a maximum of a 45-degree angle. He can walk up to whatever floor he wants. For a 4th rank spell. You'd have to buy the scroll, but yeah.
Can I cast that on somebody else, or does it have to be on me?
You can cast that on anyone, yeah. You just have to buy the spell
I
scroll.
could.
You can just only put it on one person.
I could also cast levitate on someone.
Oh yeah, and levitate. And yeah, a 4th rank spell scroll is 70 gold, 70. Which, for your guys' money, is not much.
Yeah, 30 gold
Hey.
for a 3rd rank.
I'm in for whatever. Like, however we want to do this, I'll buy the scroll. I got 937 gold. Like,
I like that there's just a spell for Airwalk. Like, it's like, they can't be. It's got to have some weird name. No, it's just called Airwalk.
Yeah, I
as
mean,
long as
I
it makes
think,
you wear the shoes.
yeah, I think if we get Roger airwalk instead of jump, then he can get all the way up to the balcony, which is, you said 75 feet, right? Because it's on the 3rd floor.
Technically, it's at 50 feet, but yeah.
Oh,
no,
50 feet. Okay.
The balcony is at 50 feet. The 2nd floor is at 25.
Okay. So
Or the loading dock, yeah. Keep
We-
calling it dock. Damn it.
So which one we gonna do? We just have to pick one or the other, and that will
Pretty much, yeah.
determine what scrolls we get.
I'll buy the airwalk.
We
So we'll
wanna
go to
put
the
ourselves
balcony
on the
then?
top floor with no easy escape and an entire horde potentially below us.
maybe not the best idea.
Yeah. Just
we'll
putting that
call
out
it-
there.
We'll call the end of the session for now. So
Okay.
In 2 weeks, you guys will have.
We'll have to
you'll-
decide.
We'll
We'll
have a
have
chance
multiple
out of
meetings.
game to decide what floor do you want to come in on. You have the funds, and so really all it comes down to is a teleport will put you on any floor inside of basically. I would say probably use it to get inside of any window. Good. Fly, you can go to first, second, third, and you would fly up. You would see that you can see into the little cupola on the top floor or on the 5th floor. It's kind of it's almost like like a glass gazebo or like a glass house on top. You could get up there. You just have to smash your way in. Not terribly hard,
Yeah.
but smashing in would probably lose.
And the loading, what was the advantage of the loading dock?
Middle of the building.
Okay, and that's
Presumably, it's like the bulk of your guys are going to be on the ground floor, or like the lower floors. You're coming in
right.
the middle,
Okay. Okay.
or at least near the top. Like I said, the 5th floor is just
Yeah,
like this
so
little
maybe-
tiny, like 20-foot square, or 20-foot wide, or radius, or whatever.
Yeah. So maybe loading dock is the way to go. Okay. Okay.
Something to think about for 2 weeks from now.
Okie dokie.
Yay!
Yay.
Oh boy, we did it!
Yippee.
We finally got to play.
Yay.